Alright everybody, it is December 16th, 2020, and I am making a video that I am more excited about than I have been about any video in a very long time. I am getting the first dose of my vaccine today, the Pfizer vaccine for COVID. So if you don't know or you're new here, I am a nurse and I've been working in the COVID ICU since March. So being able to get this vaccine and these starting to roll out really means a lot to me. And I feel like that's the light at the end of the tunnel, especially because I love to travel so much, and that's obviously been like completely halted worldwide, that there's a chance that with the vaccine that I'll be able to travel this coming year. I'm so excited. So today I'm getting the first dose of Pfizer's, like I said, and I am at my hospital. And that's where I'm getting it. Everyone that's considered frontline is able to get it through our hospital right now. And I signed up for the first day because I am just so excited to start this off. And then I will have my second dose in 3 weeks. But I am gonna go ahead and head on in right now, and I will update you after. And then I'm not gonna record inside at all because that's just weird, I feel like. So I will probably update you on how it went back when I get back home.
Ready?
Yep.
Hey Heather, did you figure out what to do if it's requiring
That was good.
information?
I am back home, and it's been about exactly an hour since I got the shot, and we're doing good. I didn't have any. My arm doesn't even hurt. Honestly, that was the least painful shot I've gotten out of all of the vaccinations I've gotten and everything. That it didn't like. Probably the girl that gave it to me. She did really well. Shout out to you, Amy. They monitor you for about 15 minutes afterward just to make sure that you don't have any reactions or anything like that. And nothing. I don't feel anything. So I will update you again at 10 p.m. just to tell you how I'm feeling, if I'm having any symptoms. And I'll do this for about 2 days after. And then I will be back with the second shot in 3 weeks. So this video is gonna take me a whole 3 weeks to produce and make. Hello, it is me from the future, and more than just the 12-ish 72-hour time frame from my first, oh my goodness, every time, go, from my first shot. When I was going back and editing my footage, for some reason, my 72-hour update was a corrupt file, so I'm just gonna refilm it right now because it wasn't anything more than just me talking. So about 12 hours after, I definitely started feeling achy. Like my whole body was aching. I had a bit of a headache, and I just felt crappy. So I took a melatonin and some Tylenol and went to sleep for about 12 hours. I got up, I still didn't feel too great, but I drank some water and kind of just lounged around the house. I had to work that night. So I just relaxed the rest of the day, and by the time I went to work, I was totally fine. I felt great. I definitely felt great from sleeping so much. But other than that, I had no reactions, and then nothing else from the first shot. Now, I did have antibodies before getting the vaccine. I tested myself back in October just because I was curious. I've been in the COVID unit since March, meaning I've had exposures, I'm sure, like unaware of having exposures. I mean, before we even found our first patient, I'm sure there was one in there. So I have been probably building up a little bit of antibodies since March. I never tested positive for COVID. I got tested twice when I was feeling sick, and both times I was negative. So I never had a positive test, but I went and donated plasma, and they test you when you do that for antibodies, and I was positive then. And then our Kroger store was doing rapid antibody testing, like where you finger prick. I did that twice just to see, and I was positive both times. So I'm pretty sure that I can say I had antibodies. And so that's why my first shot, I feel like I had a stronger reaction than anybody else I knew, which I did. Nobody else on my unit, even they had headaches and like a sore arm, and that's it. And then I'm over here like, okay guys, I had to go to sleep for 12 hours and I did not feel good. So that was just my experience. I seemed to be one of the only people, but this is 5 weeks ago now that my first shot was, and I've been doing some research and reading about it, and people who have either tested positive or still have antibodies from having COVID have had this reaction. So I am not the only one. I'd say that if you've had COVID recently or have antibodies currently, that your first shot will be a bit worse than the second, and then the second one, no big deal. So that was my experience. As of today, I think there's 17 million administered in the US and 52 million worldwide. So we're on the right track. We're getting somewhere, and I cannot wait until this is a memory and not something we are still actively living, because it stinks for everybody. Hello, I am back for a very exciting day. Today is my second round of the vaccine. It is January 5th, and I'm going in and I'll be getting my second shot at 11. As I said, I had a bit of a reaction to the first one, but I did have antibodies before the vaccine, so I'm curious to see if my reaction is better or worse this time. I'm hoping for better. I'm going to head to my hospital soon. I'll include the clip of me getting the vaccine, and then I will be back in about 24 hours or so to update you on how I'm feeling, because I started having symptoms about 12 hours after my first shot. So I'm assuming that if I do, it will be in that first 12 hours, and then they were gone 12 hours later, so that would be 24 hours later. So I will be back in about 24 hours to update you and let you know how everything went.
Deep breath and now.
Woohoo. I am back 24 hours later, and I'm only experiencing arm pain right now. So last night, about 12 hours after, I started feeling like my throat started hurting a little bit, and I got a little bit of a headache. So I took about 600 milligrams of ibuprofen, and that solved the issue. I took a melatonin again, and I took some vitamin C, went to sleep. I woke up a couple times during the night, just wanted to drink a water. I woke up this morning feeling completely fine. My arm, it hurts when I hit about right here, but I'm able to move it. Nothing like last time where I was like walking around like holding my arm for a little while. But I am excited. I think that since I'm past 24 hours, it's about 12:30 right now. I think that I'm in the clear this time. I think those antibodies that I had, my body knew what to do this time that I got the second shot, and so it did not give me such an immune response, which I'm glad about. I have no complaints and not feeling bad at all. But I'm gonna do one more update video in a week or two, just to tell you if I had any issues or side effects. I know people are worried about that. It has been 1 week since my second shot, so I just thought that I would tell you everything that happened, which was nothing. So after I gave my 12-hour update that my arm was a little sore, I had a little bit of a headache that I took ibuprofen for that went away after I took the ibuprofen, and that was it. I was kind of waiting. I was thinking like, oh, 24 hours, I might start feeling a little bit worse, like might have to go to sleep again or whatever like I did last time, but that did not happen. I was fine the entire time, and 1 week later I still have no lingering symptoms. My arm's fine. I can whip it around and do whatever. Haven't had any fatigue or headache or anything, so I am officially 1 week out. If side effects were your main reason to not get the vaccine, hopefully this helped you a little bit feel a little bit better about that, because I know that was something I was concerned about, especially because I did have antibodies before I got vaccinated, so I was concerned my response would be really bad when the first one was the only rough one that I had. I think that should be left up to each person to decide for themselves, because it still is, you know, your body. So I will link down below some of the resources I used to help decide that I was gonna get it. And also, like I said, one of my big reasons was that I work in a COVID ICU. So I do, you know, see this firsthand a lot every time I go to work. So that definitely drove me to also want to get vaccinated. But hopefully this can all come to a close soon enough and we can get back to traveling, which is also one of the reasons also one of the main reasons I wanted to make this video, because this is a channel about travel, And I really think that the vaccine is what's going to help us get back to doing that. Reach out to me if you have any other questions you don't want to post here. Go follow us on Instagram, or you can DM me on Instagram. I will respond to you. I'll let you know what I think, and I can give you some sources and stuff like that if you want that, if it's not in what I link down below. So I will help you decide. And like I said, it is absolutely your decision. So have a good day, guys. Thank you so much for watching.